thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to talk today to all of you. Yes, my name is Analia Mendez, and I'm the Global Expertise and Authority Director for Wash and Household Care at Unilever. As many of you know, Unilever is a fast-moving consumer goods company with brands that includes Dove, Lipton, Lynx, Sunsilk, Rexona, and all of these brands are, in any given day, over 2 billion people use them in more than 190 countries. For the last 4 years, I have led the social mission agenda for Domestos, which is the Unilever's leading toilet cleaner and hygiene brand, focusing on the development and the scale-up of projects to improve access of sanitation. If you excuse me, I'm going to get my hair in here, because I cannot see. And also, because I'm over 40, I'm going to put my glasses on. So I will speak today to all of you of the role of the private sector, as some of my fellow panelists have talked to you, in addressing the neglected tropical diseases through wash interventions. So far today, we heard a lot of, about the impacts of neglected tropical diseases on mobility and mortality. And whilst progress is being made in some areas, we still have a long way to go. We also heard about the role of wash, water, sanitation, and hygiene in preventing these life-threatening diseases. The evidence is clear, I think, for all we heard today. Access to basic drinking water, improved sanitation and hygiene for households, schools, and health facilities would have a transformative effect on health and well-being, including the neglected tropical diseases, as well as helping to address the economic, social, and gender inequalities. Earlier this year, I had the privilege to speak at the President of the General Assembly's thematic debate on water, sanitation, and sustainable energy in the post-2015 development agenda. We heard from several experts about the importance of wash and the impact that it can have on health and well-being, safety and dignity of billions, and it is getting more traction. But this is an issue of urgency, and we need to act now. Recently, we learned of this tragic situation in India where the 2 girls were brutally raped and killed while looking for a private place to go to the toilet. Let me repeat that. While looking for a private place to go to the toilet. What really strikes me about this is what, at this time, the world is taking notice of this. I've never seen it before. But this is one story that has been made public for the countless who suffer assaults and attacks every day, just because they don't have a private and safe place to go to the toilet, as we do. And also, what of the billions suffering from soil-transmitted health myths amongst the most common infections worldwide. And what's worse is that they are often preventable with clean water and sanitation, hygiene. We must also tell their stories, so we can demonstrate the importance of the urgency that entities should be treated with. I'm very encouraged to see that in the latest zero draft of the Open Working Group, a goal has been included dedicated focus areas on water and sanitation and a target on delivering wash for all. However, it is in our belief at Unilever that we will define targets that offer clarity of purpose and measurability are essential to galvanize the innovative delivery models. Public-private partnerships and financials need to achieve sustainable solutions at a scale. I'm in the right one, yeah. What we would like to see now is for the opening working group to further refine the focus area 6, water and sanitation, to include ending open defecation, achieve universal access to basic drinking water, sanitation and hygiene for households, schools, and health facilities, to have the proposition of population without access at home to safety, manage drinking water and sanitation service, to progressively eliminate inequalities in access. I think we think that this is a first step, but we all have a role to play. Progressive companies like Unilever or Coca-Cola have to become part of the solution, not the problem. We need to be givers and not takers. And that mainly from the societies and environments on which we rely in the first place. Business has a lot to contribute, and I'm talking about more than funding and donations. Most of the times, we as companies, we only been looked at, we are providers of money, which is not the case. I'm talking about innovation, research and development to consumer understanding, marketing insight to supply chain and distribution. Every day, we are the consumers of products which are designed for us. We are the targets of clever marketing that what happens when we apply that rigor and expertise to people who need life-saving wash interventions and behavior change. Business skills and capabilities are complementary to those of NGOs and governments. Our challenge is so big, there is a role for all of us to play, and we all need to play it in if we are to achieve a real progress towards our WASH targets. A new breed of public-private partnerships with different organizations will result in more impactful programs and WASH solutions. This is more than CSR. It's about finding a sustainable way to establish a very clear link between tackling this crisis and our ambitions. At the intersection of the market opportunity and the societal and environmental pressure lies a huge opportunity for businesses. When companies and brands navigate this intersection, that is when the private sector can really add greatest value. Let me tell you a little bit more about Unilever CEO Paul Bowman was a member of the UN's high-level panel on the post-2015. As part of his contribution, coordinated a consultation with over 300 companies, both large and small, and on what business would like to see in the new development agenda. The findings demonstrated that companies all over the world want to be part of the solution and put their efforts, resources, and expertise towards delivering a better future for all. Mindful of this responsibility, in 2010, Unilever challenged ourselves to find a better way of doing business. We launched the Unilever Sustainable Living Plan with an ambitious goal of doubling the size of the company while reducing our absolute environmental footprint and increasing our positive social impact. The plan also includes a commitment to improving the health and well-being of 1 billion people by 2020, and our WASH initiatives are crucial to the success of achieving this goal. 3 years in, we have seen that putting sustainability at the heart of our operation is compatible with business growth. Indeed, our brands such as Lifebuoy soap, which have a clear social proposition, have grown by double digits, while simultaneously improving the hygiene practices of millions worldwide. Though, as a sector, we haven't always got everything right, business has a great deal to contribute to development and to the implementation of a new global set of goals. We have the human, financial, and innovation capital to make a game-changing difference, and through our networks and supply chains to share technology and knowledge, not just from north-south, but south-north, south-south, north-south-north. A good example of this is the Unilever's work around behavior change and WASH. Through years of marketing products, we have extensive insight into consumers' behavior, why people act in certain ways, and we use this experience to develop a behavior change model which helps people adopt positive habits. Known as the 5 levers for change, these models, which works on the premise that change must be understood, easy, rewarding, desirable, and a habit, has been used to good effect to our hygiene programs, helping to make hand washing with soap and teeth brushing to become part of a child's daily routine. While we were making programs, we realized that our ambition will only be met if we draw on the capabilities, expertise, and experiences of others. In this respect, partnerships with civil society, peer companies, and governments are critical to the successful implementation of lasting solutions. Let me go into our WASH programs. Unilever is collaborating with partners to deliver impactful WASH solutions through 6 main channels: behavior change education, scaling up programs, co-funding, enabling the local domestic private sector as a direct provider of services as an advocate for improved governance. Through our sub-brand Lifebuoy, we are working with partners like PSI, UNICEF, London School of Hygiene, and the Millennium Villages projects to improve hygiene and reduce incidence of disease through a sustained increase in the frequency of hand washing with soap at key occasions. Our water filtration brand, Pureit, is working in partnership with PSI to make safe drinking water accessible and affordable in low-income consumers. Our toilet clinic brand Domestos aims to provide access to improved sanitation through motivating behavior change and the provision of cost-effective and sustainable infrastructure. By partnering with UNICEF, World Toilet Organization, London School of Hygiene, and local NGOs. We are also an active endorser of the UN Global Compact CEO's Water Mandate, which serves as a global platform to advance strategies and coordinate actions around the concept of corporate water stewardship. The CEO's Water Mandate's Global Water Action Hub, now with nearly 300 active projects in watersheds around the world, is the kind of implementation vehicle we will all need in the post-2015 era. We know that one of the biggest barriers and difficulties to improving access to wash is the current lack of scalable models and the complexities around implementation in different environments. Unilever is working with our partners to develop commercially scalable solutions for market-based approaches that are so urgently needed. So we work most recently collaborated with Dr. Val Curtis, sitting there from London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine, to assess the viability of more than 40 existing sanitation models, detailing the top 19 in sanitation compendium mapping solutions, sanitation solution, which was launched on World Toilet Day last November. And this is it. And there's another publication that we've done in collaboration, Toilet for Health, that you can pick up upstairs. We hope that this will prove a useful tool for others working in this space and are keen to share our learnings to bring scale to existing initiatives. We are also exploring new models, technological advances, and innovative approaches which will help us reduce water usage and convert human waste to energy and fertilizer, as well as the vast potential social and economic benefits. We know there is also strong commercial incentive for identifying and delivering innovative solutions to develop challenges. In conclusion, while the moral argument is indisputable, access to clean drinking water and sanitation and hygiene facilities is a fundamental human right. What is becoming increasingly clear is the commercial and economic case for engagement in wash interventions. As business, we must recognize our responsibility to deliver against this agenda and acting with accountability, transparency, and humility, put human values at the core of everything we do. Governments too must recognize their responsibility to create the enabling environment. We will support the public-private partnerships which are key to delivering wash solutions at scale. Business stands ready to play our part in the delivering of a future where everyone's right to wash is realized. The drafting of this new development framework represented by both a moment in the journey towards a more equitable, sustainable world, and business stands ready to play our part in delivering a future where everyone's right to wash is realized. I apologize about my voice, and thank you very much.